Hello everyone. Today we're going to unpack this new 5-day fasting program called Prolon. I've been fasting in my past. I tried to fast in a place called Optimum Health Institute of San Diego a few times, and I also tried to fast in Thailand and in India, but I've never tried the program so I can fast while I'm working. While I was doing fasting years ago in retreats, we talked a lot about effects on the body and how people can heal from various diseases and feel much better and feel younger, but nobody knew what the mechanisms are. And finally, in the last few years, there are a lot of interesting scientific research that's proving the processes that help people feel better while fasting. And one of them called autophagy, when your body, when has a caloric restriction situation, starts going and looking for its own cells to basically eat, and the worst would be dissolved, and you would feel better and you will be healthier after reducing the calorie intake. But this is very hard to do for a lot of people. So the idea of Prolon is that you buy this box, you buy this 5-day fasting program, and you go through the program, and the effect would be just the same as if you go to the retreat and do juicing or fasting, but you can actually go through your day, you can go to work, you can live your life and get the benefits of fasting. So let's open it up and see what's in the box, and we're gonna try it together. Just an advertising offering you to join the Prolon website. This is another instructions of how to use this is a card showing a meal program for 5 days, and this is a description of some drink that probably would be inside the box. We also have 5 boxes for 5 days of Prolon. Day 1, Day 2, fat burning and ketogenic. Day 3, autophagy cleanup state. Autophagy is the process I was describing just now. Day 4, cellular rejuvenation. And day 5, renewal and energy. All we have in the box is 5 small boxes for 5 days of food, and we have instructions, and we have another in the box. It also gives you 5 days and description what you would gain on each day of this program. The box and the small boxes and everything looks very well designed and organized, and let's open the boxes and see what's inside. Okay, we're going to start with day 1. It is transforming to fasting state. And I'm also going to use this cheat sheet that has entire meal program. So on day 1, for breakfast, we have an L-bar nut-based bar, L-bar protein nut-based bar, this one. In addition, for breakfast, we have herbal tea. Okay, herbal tea, for example, spearmint lemon herbal tea. Very good. That would be my breakfast. Anything else? Oil, 2 packs of oil. Those are my packs of oil, also for breakfast. After that, we have lunch. For lunch, I'm gonna get a Prolon soup, and there are 2 fasting mimicking program soups over here. One is tomato and one is minestrone. We're going with minestrone for lunch. With that soup, I'm gonna get crackers. There's a box of crackers I'm gonna add to the soup, and it's gonna be olives. Oh, I love olives. Here's my bag of olives. And R1 vitamins. 2 bags of vitamins also for lunch. Next one is afternoon. It's herbal tea and L-bar nut based. Okay, I get another bar and I get another bag of tea just like for breakfast, and I'm going to have it for afternoon snack. And last but not least for dinner, there is a Prolon soup and a crisp cocoa bar. Okay, that's all I have left. I have the bar and I have the soup. And that would be my dinner. Next one is day 2. Day 2, we get more serious. It's called fat burning and ketogenic. So on day 2, you will probably get into ketogenic state. And let's see everything that's in this day 2 box. Quite a few items here. Again, 2 soups, 1 bar, 2 olive fats, okay, and hibiscus tea and spearmint tea. Oh, lots of tea. Okay, let's see. Day 2, all day L drink. L drink, very interesting. Let me get back to that. Second would be breakfast, L bar nut based and herbal tea. For herbal teas, I have a choice. I would take hibiscus tea, and here's my L bar. This would be my breakfast. Next one is lunch, Prolon soup, vitamins and olives. For soups, I have 2 soups, minestrone and mushroom. I think I'm gonna go with mushrooms for lunch, and I get olives for the soup. This is my olives. And I get an NR supplement. Here's my NR supplement, also going to be for lunch. Again, olives, and maybe I go with a mint tea. Would be very good together. And for dinner, it is a minestrone soup. It is herbal tea. It is L-bar Chico bar, and I also have another tea left. This is my day 2. Let's begin with day 3. Again, crackers and a drink. And I get 2 soups and I get lots of herbal teas. Okay. Day 3 will start with L drink again. Then I will have L bar nut based. And I think I'm gonna go with 2 bags of hibiscus tea this time. It's just the same as previous day breakfast. And for lunch, there is a Prolon soup. Okay, this time I have again minestrone soup and tomato soup. I'm gonna do minestrone for lunch and tomato for dinner. On Wednesday, I'm gonna get crackers for lunch and just herbal tea, but luckily I have spearmint and spearmint lemon, so I have 2 different teas I'm gonna drink for afternoon snack. And also for lunch, I forget, I'm gonna get the supplement, and my dinner is gonna be very skinny, guys. Only 1 soup, that's all. So all this is my day 3. Supposed to give me autophagy nap state. After that, let's move to day 4. In day 4, let's see everything that's in the bag. I think it's a little more than day 3. What is my day 4? It's cellular rejuvenation. I feel like day 3 has the least calories, and with day 4 we're kind of trying to building up a little bit again. So I start with a drink. Then I go for breakfast with a tea and nut bar as usual. Here's my nut bar, and any new teas? No, spearmint tea is the one I'm going to use for breakfast. For lunch, it's a soup, olives, and supplements. Vegetable soup mix. Okay, I'm doing this vegetable soup. I haven't seen that type yet. And with that soup, I'm going to have some supplements and also some olives. Very nice. Nice lunch. Okay, for the afternoon tea, it's just herbal tea, and again, I'm allowed to eat this olives, and I'm going to have 2 cups of hibiscus tea And for dinner, we're getting the soup and we're getting the chicken bar again, chocolate bar, yay! And I also have one tea left, so we can have a tea with the bar and we can have soup. Instructions to Prolon tells you that you could mix and match within the day. You can actually eat different things in different time of the day, but you absolutely cannot mix and match products between the days. That's why every day is an individual box and you're supposed to open that day in the box, and only cheating allowed is mixing things within the box. You don't eat anything outside of the box and you don't eat anything from any other box. Okay, and with that, let's start day 5. Again, we have a drink and we have lots of little bags. Let's try to arrange them. All day, just a drink. In addition, breakfast would be tea, oil, and bar. Here's my favorite bar. Here's my favorite spearmint tea. Day 5 is very similar to day 1, and day 4 is very similar to day 2. Day 3 is the skinniest one, the less food, and so you're kind of going less, and then you go more. Okay, so for lunch we have a soup and crackers. What kind of soup? Again, tomato and minestrone. You're going with minestrone for lunch, with this bag of crackers. Afternoon tea, it's just for afternoon, just herbal tea, and I'm going to use these 2 bags of hibiscus tea for afternoon. For dinner, on day 5 is just the Prolon soup. Oh, I forget. There is another tea I can also drink for dinner, and the supplements were supposed to be for lunch also. And this would be my day 5, which is renewal and change. What you can see on this table right now is exactly 5 days of Prolon fasting diet, and right now I'm going to put it back in the boxes, and tomorrow morning I will start with day 1. I will be unpacking and eating all this as I put in the order, and I will be reporting to you the progress, so please stay tuned. Today is the first day of my Prolon Fasting Mimicking Diet, and we're going with day 1 fat burning and cellular preparation. Let's do this. We already unboxed the box, we know what's in there. And for breakfast, I just need herbal tea for the morning, and I also need 2 packs of oil, and I need one of the L-bars, which is this. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take and brew some tea. Brewing tea is easy. I have hot boiling water, and I will just put a cup of water, and I will wait for a few minutes. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to consume this algal oil. Each bag consists 1 pill, just 1, yeah. And another bag consists another pill. That's all it is, and I think this is just the trash. And luckily I have a cup of water here, so I'm going to take this 2 pills with a cup of water. That was easy, doesn't taste like anything. And now I'm going to try for the first time this Fasting Mimicking Program L-Bar Protein Nut Base Bar. Here it is. Smells okay, it smells like honey and nuts. A little like maybe Middle Eastern desserts, you know, the ones that have honey and nuts mixed in. It's pretty soft, feels fresh. Okay, I'm going to try this. It's not bad. I'm definitely tasting the coconuts and almonds and other nuts. I wasn't expecting such a sweet treat in here, but overall it tastes okay. It's good. I can eat this. I have to wait for my tea to cool. And I guess this is my breakfast. I'm going to take this and go to my office and start working. Prolon day 1, lunchtime. We're gonna have a soup, crackers, olives. Here's the soup, crackers, the olives, 2 packs of supplements. Let's start with the soup as it's most complicated. And we're going to do it top stove, not the microwave. And for that, we would need to boil it for 2 minutes. Take the packet, open it, and then mix it with 1 1/4 cup of water. I think first we want and we're gonna mix it in. Okay, and now we need to heat it on the stove for exactly 2 minutes. The soup became so slight very quickly, and you pretty much need to look after it and mix it all the 2 minutes, which is 120 seconds. You cannot just leave it on the stove and walk away. And my stove is pretty strong, so it's boiling very actively, and I'm really concerned it's gonna burn. There are also olives and the crackers. Everything looks and smells really good. While my soup is chilling, I'm going to try the supplements. This is just 4 pills, and I have my water bottle. Doesn't taste like anything. And now let's try crackers, olives, and the soup. It's a little dry and on the salty side, but overall this is the type of olives I like, so it's good. It reminds me a little bit, you know, the dehydrated sesame seeds crackers you would buy in the grocery store, but it has some other stuff. I don't quite know what it is. I would say it has more nuts than seeds. I'm more used to seed crackers, but other than that, it's a good combination of salty and sweet, I guess, umami mix of them. Taste. Good flavor. Okay, and I think the soup is ready for me to try now. The soup is ready for me to try. It's a little jelly-like, it looks a little funny, and it's like tomato soup, what can I say? I would give it 6.5 out of 10. For a dry soup, it can be cooked in 2 minutes, it's pretty good. Prolon day 1, dinner. I'm pretty hungry and I'm looking forward to make this plus minestrone soup mix. And I'm also getting a fasting mimicking program L-bar protein chocolate chip bar. I should have started with the soup, but I'm really curious how this bar tastes like. So don't tell anyone, I'm going to try this first. It looks like brown bar. Tastes okay, doesn't taste like a chocolate. Rolled oats, brown rice, syrup, chicory root fiber. Tastes a little bit like it's old, like it's been laying on a shelf for quite some time. Not saying like it did. It's good until 17 October 2025, so it's definitely okay on the timing. It just from oats or nuts or something, it just has this aftertaste of being old, but hey, it's just my personal opinion. I'm sure it's great. It would be really good with tea. I think in this diet we can add some herbal teas, and probably I would, but if I just try to stick with it, maybe I would keep some tea from morning, because it would be hard to eat this bar without any tea. And let's do the soup. Just like we did over lunchtime, put this mix in here and add 1¼ cup of water. So we're starting with 1/4 cup. Mix it very well and add another full cup of water. Definitely looks different from the morning soup. It has more like fiber pulp. It doesn't have the texture of being like, I don't know, silicone jelly-like. I think it's ready and we just need the time, 2 minutes. Begin. I've learned my lesson from the morning and now I'm using much lower heat from what I used earlier. But I think you still would have to stand next to your soup and mix it all the time. You cannot just leave it on the stove because it's basically powder and water, and you want it to be smooth when you eat it. And the soup is ready. It looks nice. I really like this bright green color. And hard to say. It tastes a little dry. It definitely doesn't taste like the soup that minestrone that you would cook at home. But for powdered mix that you just brought back to life in 2 minutes, I would say it's decent. It's not bad. It's something. I'm so hungry right now. I think I would enjoy eating it. Prolon day 2, morning breakfast. I'm very excited. I got up really earlier today. I have to be at work. I have to be in the office, sit in front of my computer screen for 8 hours, and I'm really curious how I'm going to feel and if I would be able to go through, which I hope I am. So let's see what's for breakfast. L drink. This is the first time we're seeing this L drink. Special drink that I'm supposed to mix with 28 ounces of water and drink throughout the day. I don't have a 28 ounce of water jar, so I decided to take 2 jars and fill 14 ounces of water each. And I'm going to pour this liquid half and half into these bottles. I have to pour as much as my weight, which is 200 pounds, so I have to pour up to this line. Half goes in here, and the other half goes in there. The rest can be discarded, trashed, but this is my drink for the day. And for breakfast, we're going to brew this spearmint herbal tea, and also I can have again this L-bar bar. I woke up really hungry today, so I cannot wait to try this. Maybe it will taste different this time. No, but the same, pretty good. Okay, let's do the tea. I love tea, I drink it all the time. So I'm really happy to see all these tea bags in the program. This is my breakfast, this is my lunch, and this is my drink for the day. I am ready to go to work. Prolon day 2, lunchtime. I am at work, and let's begin with the lunch. Get the soda. Now we're going to go and make a soup. olives are lovely, as always. Very delicious. The peas are really dry. It's almost like you take a dehydrated cracker and you put it back in the water. It's pretty dry, but I taste the vegetables. It's not bad. Prolon day 2, time for afternoon snack. Let's see, what do we have for snack? It's olives and herbal tea. Very nice. Here's my bag of olives and here's my tea. I always have this container and I'm gonna brew tea right now. Prolon day 2 dinner. I just got back from work. This was my first prolonged day in the office. I had to sit for 8 hours. I was really hungry and I'm looking forward to make the soup. What we have left for today is this mushroom soup, the chocolate bar. I'm very lucky to have this hibiscus tea, which I'm also going to make because I haven't used it yet. Let's begin the soup. Honestly, I'm so hungry right now. It's hard to imagine food that doesn't taste good. A little bit of water. All soups are kind of hard to mix. It takes quite some time, and this one is not an exception. But I believe this is good enough to go on the stove, and we just need to turn the timer. Okay, my soup is ready. And now it's getting chilled over here. I'm going to make my tea. Okay, while my hibiscus tea is brewing and my fasting mimicking program L bar also ready to be eaten, I'm going to try this mushroom soup. Definitely taste mushrooms. It's a puree and it has mushrooms in it. That's for sure. It's awesome. Smells like herbs. It's something you would eat on a hike if you go and you have to carry your food and you get in front of the fire. You would get a soup like that. Not bad, guys. You can survive on this. Prolon day 3, morning. The day is autophagy and cleanup state. It's the skinniest day, the less amount of calories. I think it's 800 calories a day. And now it's early morning, I'm rushing to work. Herbal tea, hibiscus tea, L drink, the bar, the nut bar. That's all I'm gonna get for breakfast. The rest of the box I'm gonna take to work and try to prepare food there. Right now, for the drink, I have these 2 jars, 28 ounces of water in total. So I weigh 200 pounds, so I have to use the portion of the liquid up to 200 pounds. I pour half into one, the rest into another one. I'm drinking one at home, I'm taking another one to work, and now I'm going to brew my tea. This is my lunch and dinner. This is my breakfast. This is also my breakfast, and this is my drink for a day. I think I'm ready to go to work. Prolon day 3. This is my lunchtime. Let's go. And let's go and cook the soup. My soup is now ready, and today I think it's more successful than yesterday. At least I cooked it for 2.5 minutes, a little longer. I put less water. It's more puree than a soup, but some parts are still very dry, but on average it's much better. And with the cracker, it actually tastes good. somewhat. Prolon day 3, afternoon snack time. For afternoon snack, I'm going to have this mint tea and I'm going to go and brew it right now. Good morning everyone. Prolon fasting day 4, breakfast. This is my L drink. I weigh about 200 pounds, so I have to mix this amount of liquid into water. I need 28 ounces of water. I don't have a single bottle, so I have 2 bottles and I put 14 ounces of water in each of these 2 bottles. I'm going to put half of that into one and the other half into other bottle. I think one of them I'll take with me to work and the other one I will keep at home. For breakfast, I'm going to go with the spearmint herbal tea. I have to admit, the tea smells really good, and I'm gonna brew it just in this cup, and I'm going to take it with me to work and drink while I'm driving. And also, my favorite, Fasting Mimicking Program, L-Bar proprietary nut-based bar. Here we go. This one I can start eating right now. Still hot, but this is my breakfast for the day. And I'm ready to go to work. Day 4 of Prolon Fast Mimicking Diet, cellular rejuvenation, dinner. I was at the event earlier today. I'm home really late, very hungry. I didn't eat any snacks on the event. It was hard, but I was true to myself, and now I'm going to cook my vegetable soup mix. In addition, I have a spearmint lemon herbal tea, and I also have a chocolate bar. Looks and smells a little bit like a mushroom soup we ate a couple days ago. Let's put some water first. Now we're going to turn the timer on. 2 minutes, start. Okay, and the soup is ready. There was only one bag of this type of vegetable soup mix. I haven't tried this, so I'm gonna let it stay here for 2 minutes and then we're gonna try it together. While I'm waiting, I'm going to brew some of this tea. With this chocolate bar would be a good addition to my dinner. A little bit like minestrone soup, maybe. The vegetables taste a little dry. I'm gonna leave it for maybe half an hour. Maybe they will just soften up by being in the soup, but right now, right out of the box, I'd say it's, even I'm so hungry right now, but I wouldn't say it's very edible, to be honest. Now 30 minutes later, I'm trying the soup again. Definitely better. Yeah, don't eat the vegetable soup right away. It really needs time to dissolve in the water because the pieces of vegetables very dry and they just very hard right from the beginning. Now it's much better. Good morning everyone. Day 5 of Prolon Fasting Mimicking Diet is all about renewal and change. And we're going to start as usual with an L drink. L drink is a special drink you're supposed to drink based on your weight. I need to pour up to 200 pounds into 28 ounces of water. I don't have a jar with 28 ounces of water. I have 2 jars with 14 ounces of water. So I will mix this liquid between the 2 jars. Half would go in jar number 1 and the rest will go into jar number 2. I get all the way to 200 pounds and I can discharge and discard the rest. This is my L-bar, herbal tea, and this is my 1 pack of oil. First I'm going to brew my tea. While my spearmint herbal tea is brewing, I'm going to consume the oil. Just one capsule, it's easy. I'm gonna use my water. And now the Prolon bar. It tastes like obviously every other bar I have here. By day 5, I'm kind of used to this taste, so I think it's not bad. It's okay. It's edible, so I'm going to take my breakfast to my office. Prolon day 5 lunch. At this point, honestly, as much as I love this idea, I'm kind of ready for it to be over. But 2 more soups to cook, and right now we're going to eat a cracker, have another 1 packet supplement, and a Prolon soup. Okay. Minestrone and tomato again. Okay, we're gonna do another minestrone. 1 pack of our vitamins, supplements, and then this is a bag of crackers. I would say it takes you full 2 minutes just to mix it well before putting on the stove. And you kind of have to continue mixing it. Now all we have to do is pour the milk up and wait for it to cool a little bit. And while my soup is getting cold, I'm going to take supplements. Just 2 pills and the crackers. The crackers, just like L-bar, the same every day. You get 5 crackers in total. These are not really cooked, they're a little bit dry. But other than that, it's good. Here is your day 5 lunch. Prolon day 5 afternoon snack. For snack, all we're going to do is a tea. And I'm choosing this hibiscus tea. And this is my afternoon snack. Prolon fasting diet, day 5, dinner. The last one. The very last dinner. All I have is the soup. Okay, I think it's good enough. We can start the timer now. This is the very last meal of my 5-day Prolon Fasting Mimicking Diet, and it comes with only 1 soup, no crackers, no olives, no nothing, no even herbal tea. So I will have to wait until it cools a little bit. I cooked a few tomato soups before. There were, I think, 2 or 3 in the 5 days box, so I tried it already. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. It's probably my favorite of all soups that were provided. I'm gonna take it to some comfortable place to eat, and I'll share with you my final thoughts on this program. And now, Prolon final thoughts. First of all, I did it. This box with 5 days of Prolon, it's actually empty. See, it really is. And I did all 5 days. I didn't cheat. I followed all the instructions, and I'm very proud of myself. What can I say about my experience? Well, it was okay. It was doable. It wasn't fun. It was hard. Maybe about day 2 was the hardest, and then towards day 3 my body kind of got into that, and day 4 and 5 were okay. Even at the end of day 5 I felt like maybe it's enough, but no, I waited till morning of day 6 to actually start eating. So it's doable. You guys can do it. It's okay. Now the next question is, what do I think about it? And I put quite some thought into that, and let me share it with you right now. First of all, I really love the idea. I think idea is great. It's product that's very much needed, because let's say I work full time for 22 years and I only get 3 weeks vacation. 3 weeks is nothing in a year. It's 15 days, and I like to do so many things. I like to travel the world. I like to visit conferences. I like to visit new places, and
I just really have to choose what to do within these 15 days. And if I want to feel better and be healthy, and I go to the health retreat, so my vacation is gone, and all I can afford in my life is to get healthy, to feel better, and I can't actually do things, but I want to live my life, and especially on my vacation I want to keep my options open, and that's why I think Prolon is really great, because you can do your detox, you can do your wellness program while you're at work, and you don't need to take valuable days off to do that. And for that I'm so thankful, and this is really, really good. Also like about this is the packaging. I think it's really great that it's just one box within the 5 little boxes inside the box, and with the little packets inside the boxes inside the big box, so you get very organized. You don't need to wake up in the morning and think about what do you need or what do you want or what's next step. Your steps are thought through, they organized, they're written. And the second issue that kind of relates to the first one, that the products, they have, obviously as they should, makeup of the calories on the back versus carbohydrates or fats or proteins. And I was very surprised to see that most of the products in this box are very high in carbohydrates, and I would really like to understand how can such a high carbohydrate food actually bring me to the fasting state. It's not clear, and I was expecting to have some kind of like bone broth type of powders and maybe like very fat bars, mostly consist of butter or something, ghee, but no, they're not. They're high in carbs, and I'm like, wondering how that one works. It's not really clear from the box, and I don't know. And the last concern I have, also based on the previous one, is that I felt kind of hungry through the program, and I felt like a lot of it was based on the fact that the food would spike my sugar, right, my glucose, and I didn't test through the day. I would test usually morning and evening. It was like kind of same as if I would just eat food. It's definitely not a keto, but I'm really wondering why such a high sugar content in these products. So what I decided to do, in a couple months probably, I'm going to repeat this, and I'm going to monitor the sugar. And I've seen there are new products on the market. They can, it's like a tape or little device you tape to your hand, and they continuously monitor your blood and your ketones. And I don't have one, but the moment I get my hands on it, I will repeat this program, and I will continuously monitor my sugar and my ketones, and I will report to you on the results, so we can together discuss whether it's keto or not, or to what extent is it, or how much would that spike my sugars. So please subscribe to my channels, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comment box below, and if you like this video, like. Thank you very much for watching.